I'm Jim.
And I'm Frank.
And I'm Jerry.
And this is the JFJ Conspiracy Podcast, where the shop talk is rock. Woo! Episode 107. Man, who would have thunk it?
Who would have thunk? Yeah.
I got a notice the other day from one of our listeners that they actually appreciated my little rant on the last episode because it was the first time in a long time any of us showed any emotion. Have we become stale?
I don't think so.
I don't think so at all.
Okay.
You're the fiery stallion, Frank. You're the emotional rant guy.
That wasn't Bustin' Cider, was it?
I'm not saying who it was because I don't want to embarrass anybody.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't Bustin'. It was Dixon.
Anyways,
I'm just saying.
3 quick things to talk about.
Yeah.
How do you feel about Steven Tyler being sued by the girl whose parents signed over her guardianship to him when she was 16 years old, 50 years later? How do you feel about that, Jim?
Really?
That's a real deal.
I know. I saw it. Like, was it right? No, but
right. It was the 70s.
Who turns their kid over to a rock star?
Exactly.
Somebody did that with Ted Nugent too?
Yes. Yeah. Ted did the same thing, but she was 14, I think. But
Little Miss Dangerous wrote that. Yep. So, yeah.
But
I don't know how you do it. What did he pay her then? What did he pay the parents then? That's the thing.
Yeah.
You know, let me just say,
no.
70s were a weird time.
Yeah.
That's all I gotta say.
People
hear stuff like when my kids and stuff hear things about like stuff that went on back then. I just tell them like, well, it was the 70s.
Different
time back then.
I know. Not writing it off. I mean, it's pretty gnarly, but
yeah.
I think to wait this long and to bring up a lawsuit.
Right.
Like Frank says, 50 and change later. Come on.
Yeah.
They're still alive.
Plenty of time.
Here's what I think is the problem though. She's probably been living with a lifetime of trauma.
Could be. Yeah.
From the experience, right?
The kid or the parents?
Oh, the kid.
Okay.
She's probably been living with a lifetime of trauma from that. You can't sexualize a little kid like that.
No, you cannot.
I don't care. Like 16, still way too young.
No.
Right. Next thing, speaking of Ted Nugent, you read about him being all upset because Rolling Stone didn't have him in the top 100 of guitar players.
Ted's just have to be quiet, and maybe he'll get elected to both places posthumously.
He's feuding with Joan Jett.
This happened actually a little while ago, right?
Yeah.
And he kind of dissed Joan Jett and the whole thing. Like Joan Jett's in the top 100, but and he named any number of other guitar players.
Well,
here's the thing about Rolling Stone, right? They generate those lists to drive eyeballs, right? To sell advertising. If you don't say anything controversial,
you're not going to get
right. They purposely do it that way nobody's going to say Joan Jett's a better guitar player than Ted Nugent or Richie Blackmore. I don't know who was on the list.
Ted says he blows them all away.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't know about that.
Yeah. It's subjective. Two different kinds of guitar players, Joan Jett and Ted Nugent.
Yeah.
Both of them, if you've heard one of their songs, you've heard them all, in my opinion.
I hope Ted Atkins is on it. Yeah.
Is so much of what it is. Joan Jett plays her chords in her Chuck Berry style rock and roll.
Yeah, she's not a slouch.
No, she's very good.
No. Yeah.
But like I said, you've heard one of her songs, you know them all. Same with Ted. You hear him, everything is Wango Tango or Cat Scratch Fever, and then a bunch of notes.
Yeah, so, it doesn't
Stranglehold, Great White Buffalo.
After those first couple albums, what is there?
Yeah, Wango Tango is the last one for me.
Yeah.
He's got some great songs, but
yeah, he does.
I think he's got a great career. He's got a long career. I don't know about
long career, yeah. So
yeah.
And of all people, Jeffrey Brenneman is the one that taught me you have to separate the artist from the human being. Because of my dislike for Crosby, he would say, but listen to the beautiful music he made. And I would say, yeah, but he's such a douchebag. Don't worry about that. Listen to the beautiful music.
Listen to the beautiful music, right?
And that's very difficult for me to do when they keep on opening their mouths and spewing the diarrhea. They have an opinion.
Taints
Great.
it for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The other one, Paul Stanley of Kiss, he can't shut his mouth. He has to criticize everything and everybody around him and make himself look good. He can't just shut up and lip sync. He has to,
Well,
Double
when he
down
should
on
be,
stuff even.
yeah. When he should be lip syncing, he's speaking.
Right. Finally, John 5 and Motley Crue were out there playing together. Lots of reports of Nikki Sixx playing the bass tracks and Vince Neil lip syncing. Would you
I heard
pay,
the Vince. I saw the Vince Neil thing. Yeah.
Jerry, would you pay to see Motley Crue at this point?
Nope.
What about
No,
you, Jim?
I mean, it's not because they're lip syncing. It's just, that was 30 years ago, 40 years ago. I'd go see him. I think I saw him in 2000 at Irvine Meadows Amphitheater back then with Flaming Lips and somebody else. Yeah.
Jim, would you?
I don't know. It might sound a little better with backing tracks. Why would Nicky be playing to tracks?
Because you don't know how to play the bass. That's why. He's
been doing it for 40 plus years.
Yeah.
And it's been
nothing on any of those records is that difficult. Okay.
No.
Yeah, he's not prolific. I mean,
who knows? Maybe he's got arthritis. You don't know.
No, I gotta pay. Baby needs diapers. Yeah.
Of all people, I read Stephen Piercy of Rat is the one that's making this claim, and some videos that I've seen, pretty funky. A lot of deep notes being played, and Nicky's hands are nowhere near his bass. So
yeah, or they're way up on the neck. Yeah,
I don't know. Does it matter? Like I said, we've gone through this with other bands. We know most of them. What they all preached against, they're all doing now. So
right, yeah.
Well, somebody told me that 20 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
A guy who was he was a touring guitarist for a few people, and he said, "I have it on good authority that he does not play live."
Right.
There's somebody backstage playing all the bass parts, and I thought,
wow,
why? Yeah.
I'm like, nothing he's doing is that tough. I don't know.
It's not tough. Yeah.
I don't know. Oh, well. Well, that's all I have for this week to discuss. As we get older and these aging rockers are trying to stay relevant, they're still in the news, and it's always more negative than positive anymore. It's kind of sad, and there is new music out there, but there's no super groups, the big time. We're not seeing that like we used to. That's the sad part.
Yeah, I wonder if those days are officially over due to all the technology.
I don't know.
Nobody lasts.
No. It's the business part is taken over because
the
record business itself is a dead thing. So sad.
I don't know. Major labels are still putting stuff out.
But are they putting out new stuff? Or are they just reissuing anymore?
Oh, that's a good question.
Yeah. I don't know.
I get so many emails for reissues of stuff from bands that are no longer together or they've regrouped, and it's on colored swirled vinyl or different things like that. But I don't see.
Yeah, it's a money grab.
Yeah, I haven't seen a new record that I have to have from a major band in years.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of the last one I had to have. Ooh, probably Ace Frehley Origins Volume 2.
Right.
And that didn't really blow my skirt up.
Right.
Volume 1, I love. But
weird.
I think that's about the last time I had to have something. Yeah.
So tell me, Jim, we all have to know.
What's in Jim's fridge?
Okay, so in honor of tonight's classic album,
Hey, now Frehley's Comet.
got the first Ace Frehley's Comet.
Nice.
This is this is a gold stamp promo.
Oh, very nice.
Can't see it on there too good, but
hype sticker.
Signed
There
by
we go.
Mr. Frehley himself.
Oh, look at you.
Anton Fig, John Reagan, Todd Howarth. Yeah.
Very nice.
Beautiful. I'm it.
Yeah. I kind of wish they would have signed the front, but
Yeah.
Home run.
it signed itself on the back.
Yeah, you got to sign yourself. Yeah.
That's
This
cool.
This is my band. Yeah.
So
My gosh,
album cover's so cool. Got to keep
Had to keep it on ice.
Keep it
Yeah.
on ice. Nice.
That's fantastic, Carmen.
Well worth the
Wow.
wait, I must say.
Yes.
Well worth the wait.
Yes,
Yeah.
sir.
Did you have that signed personally, or was that
I did not. Somebody gave me that record.
wow?
Literally just gave it to me. They're like, "Oh, do you have this?" Oh no, they just came into the record store and they brought like a stack of Kiss records and
Oh, wow.
picks and everything else. And guys are like, "Oh, those are just for you.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Help yourself, man."
Yeah.
He was a huge Kiss fan. Yeah,
Cool.
just tons of memorabilia.
We all were.
I think
yeah.
it was just trying to clear out the inventory a little bit.
Right?
Could
Get rid of
be.
the copies. Get rid. Yeah.
Well, he had like multiple signed copies of
Wow.
probably every record or whatever.
Right.
So
Sweet.
anyway, it's very kind of him, and now I get
Yeah.
to enjoy looking at Ace's signature on there.
That's cool.
No, that's awesome.
Very good. All right, now, Jerry.
Yes.
you have
Yeah.
some music for us?
I sure do, Jim and Frank. This artist is Ben Stewart out of Monterey, California. The album, well, actually, this is an upcoming album. This is a 2-song release just recently, but from an upcoming album called Headspace. The song Frank's Gonna Spin is Ready or Not. And the little 2-song release came out the 9th of this month, February. We're in February, folks. Indie pop rock musician, producer based in the hills of Monterey. From his email, and thank you, Frank, for that, and thank you, Ben Stewart. I make music from my home studio in Monterey, California. I'm a one-man band, songwriter, producer. Current solo projects began in 2016 and have released 5 albums. And then I have on my little notepad in red, read from your phone, because it's too much to write. My style, well, it's just, my notepad.
Sure.
So, yeah. My style is pop rock, often with a mellow and slightly psychedelic vibe. I grew up in the Midwest and played in several rock bands, usually as a guitarist, sometimes as a drummer, and also dabbled in electronic music. I moved out west after college, first to Oregon, then to California. I love music in all its forms, and I'm always learning, trying to grow as a musician and producer. Ready or Not is my latest single. Yeah, and I just went over that. And again, I just read the phone. Instagram, Ben_Stewart_music, Spotify, Apple, Bandcamp, YouTube, Ben Stewart. And you guys know how I love this, and thank you, Frank, for this guy. And the name is easy to pronounce too.
Yes,
Frank.
it is.
That one. Yeah. All songs written, performed, recorded, mixed, and mastered by Ben Stewart. So here's Ben Stewart with the song Ready or Not. Spin it, Frank.
Blew into the valley, coming right from the coast. Going full speed, always taking the most. Can't stop thinking, we can't stop messing around. Who were you the moment when you stepped on the scene? Wanted so badly just to live out the dream. Call me up again, I'll be ready to go. Your back now. And if it's getting heavy there, come on back over here now. Ready or not, it's coming at you faster. Ready or not, it's right on time. Ready or not, it's always calling. Ready or not, it's a state of mind. Pouring out the sugar, blasting into the sky. Staying up all night, feeling ready to die. Can't stop breaking down, can't stop making the rhyme. Who are you, my friend, when you're hiding that pain? Wanted to to help you, but I couldn't contain all those crazy nights start to blur in my mind. Ready or not, it's coming at you faster. Ready or not, it's right on time. Ready or not, it's always calling. Ready or not, it's a state of mind. Your back now. And if it's getting heavy there, come on back over here now. Ready or not, it's coming at you faster. Ready or not, it's right on time. Ready or not, it's always calling. Ready or not, it's a state of mind.
All right.
All right.
There is Ben Stewart with Ready or Not. Jim, what are your thoughts?
Very interesting. Like when it took off out of the gate, I was like, oh, it's kind of like a Beatles influence thing. But as it went on, it was like a little hard to pin down, but a lot of things going on there. I thought it was a well-produced song.
Yeah.
Nicely laid out. The guitar parts were cool. The fills were nice and
very well recorded.
Very well recorded.
I
One-man
enjoyed
show.
The cleanliness, if you will.
Kind of a 70s vibe in the chorus.
That's what I got. 70s. Yeah.
Mhm.
Kind of shuffly, almost disco guitar kind of thing going on.
Right on. And that's Ben Stewart up in Monterey, California.
Monterey, California. Thank you, Ben Stewart. And thank you for
I'm
getting back
envious
to
of
the
his
show.
hometown. I love Monterey.
Isn't it beautiful?
Oh,
Yes.
yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right. This episode, Jerry, we're sticking right with you as you have the classic album to discuss. What do you have this episode?
Frehley's Comet second release called Second Sighting. May 28th, 88. I literally, guys, the day before turned 25. So it's obviously 100 and something years ago. But same band, which I always like. It's John Reagan bass, Anton Fig drums, Todd Howarth rhythm, guitar, vocals, and of course Ace. And I think I mentioned in the last podcast when I chose this, a lot more obscure to me. I mean, his initial debut from '87, I wore out in my 1970 Maverick on cassette player. Just wore it out, and that was back in the days. I might have been showing off. I think that might have been my first cassette player that you didn't have to eject it, flip it over. I might have been that
Auto
fancy
reverse.
in my 70s Maverick. I might have been that fancy.
Right.
But I really, to me, this is, I think when I finally got around to getting this, it was a little tumultuous back then. I think I was getting divorced and had a child, but I think I recall it being more obscure to find. And I think I found it on CD, so I probably didn't get it when it came out. I don't know when CDs really blew up. Maybe late 80s, early 90s.
Mid 80s.
But yeah, but it was more obscure to me. Less I don't want to say less rocking because it's still Ace. He's still doing his thing. But to me, the debut just knocked it out of the park. And this is also good on the re-listen. But yeah, Second Sighting, May of '88, Frehley's Comet. Same band members, which I always like. I always like when they have the same cats doing it. But yeah, Frehley's Comet, Second Sighting.
All right. Yep. Did it have the same oomph to you as the first album did, or did it suffer
Not
a
even
little bit?
close. Not even close. The first one is loaded with oomph,
Right.
and this one has its moments. But I still like it. In other words, the debut I could throw on any time, any mood, any time, and I love it. Because I just remember all this. I was driving, just hearing that. Oh, and this one is. I don't want to say it's darker. I don't know. It's different. It's different. It's not as simple rock to me. It's a little deeper in some songs, and
I thought,
but I still like it. Don't get me wrong. Yeah,
I
and
thought
no
the-
fractured tune on it. No fractured tune on
finally,
it, which
huh?
kind of threw me for. I even love fractured
I do
quantum.
too.
Come on, Frank. Yeah.
I know.
But yeah, it did not have a fractured on it. And when on the re-listen, I go, "Oh, I didn't know that." So, but
I
boy,
thought-
he made up for it then. He made up for it after that. After he went trouble walking Ace Frehley solo, you got fractured 19, fractured 20, fractured my knee, fractured my pinky. Fractured quantum solace for the James Bond movie soundtrack. I don't know. Just babbling.
I thought Todd
But,
Howard's
yeah.
songs were so different from Ace's songs
Oh,
on this particular album.
I'm going to tell you,
They're more radio friendly style.
I picked one of his for mine.
Did you?
Yes, I
I
did.
I'm
And
way
got
off on
goosebumpy.
that.
Yeah, that's
Got
fine.
goose-
That's fine.
He's got that.
I'm out already then.
Me too. Yeah. Well,
That's fine,
Howard
guys.
has a great vocal range.
It's what I was going through. It's
For
what
that
I was
style
going
of
through,
music.
guys. Yeah. Oh
Good
no,
for you.
he's good.
Yeah.
That's a good find there. I'd love for them to get all back together and just lay it out. But
When I saw Peter Frampton, who was the bass player for Frehley's Comet?
John Reagan.
John Reagan.
Yeah.
He's playing bass for Peter
Really?
Frampton. And I didn't know it because he had put on a lot of weight and cut his hair, and he was wearing a suit and acting like Paul McCartney up there, playing bass and
okay.
all proper
Okay.
and everything. And then when they introduced him and as a member of formerly of Ace Frehley's band, I would have never guessed it.
Yeah.
But he was good. He was good.
Yeah.
But Jim, what are
He's
your
a good-
thoughts on that album?
He's a good bass player. Yeah.
Yeah.
Boy, it was a tough listen for me. Didn't like the way it was produced. So, I mean, it sounds very dated.
80s. It's 80s. Yeah.
80s, but
Yeah.
not the best 80s production I've ever heard. Nothing knocked me out,
Right.
like song wise. And it's funny, I was listening to it with Gail, and one of the Todd songs came on, and she's like, "Man, Ace has really got some range." I'm like, "Well, that's not him singing." And she's all,
Yeah.
"Oh, no wonder it sounds so different." I said,
Yeah.
he only sings on half of it." But
Yeah.
it made me think though, like when I was listening to it, maybe what they should have really done was got a front man,
Yeah.
Yeah.
or maybe just let Todd sing. Get a
That too.
guitar player,
Right.
something.
Yeah.
Well,
I don't
remember-
know.
Todd
we
is
talked
no
about it
slouch.
last
Yeah.
episode.
Yeah.
This was the last one that was a band, and Ace didn't
Yeah.
want the band. He wanted Ace did want the band. Excuse
Want the
me.
band, right? He wanted to be a
And,
band. He didn't want to be a
Megaforce-
solo guy.
Yeah, Megaforce.
Yeah,
wanted Ace
Megaforce
Frehley.
Records. Yeah.
So, oh well, Jim. Hold off on your thought on your favorite track. Let's go to Jerry. What was your favorite song? Now that we know it's Todd Howarth, me and Jim are
Yeah,
out of the
and
running.
it has everything to do, guys. Well, with what was going on in my life at that time. Absolutely. On hindsight, listen, and it's over now.
It's over now.
I
Okay.
love it now. I love it then, and
That's-
it's just
Might be
Todd
the most
Howarth, yeah.
80s song on that album.
Yeah.
I love it. I love it.
Yeah, the synths and everything.
Oh yes.
Same.
Oh, and I almost yeah.
Yep. Jim, what did you pick for Jerry?
Insane.
Yeah.
I told you guys this one was the hard one. I picked it as a classic, and
Lead off, man.
on the listen. I'm going. I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to pick for those guys.
Well, I
But
couldn't-
it's all because it was freshly divorced,
Going
like a
on,
month
yeah.
before. We had a baby child who I ended up raising by myself. Lucky,
Mhm.
but it's what I was going through, and it's I was not going to be the one to say it's over.
right.
That's how I lived it. It's not
Yeah.
going to be me. You do it. I'm not doing it. And so she did, and I've
think-
been happy ever since.
The formula of this album was like every other song was a Todd Howard song.
Was the top? Yeah,
They went back and forth, and
Yeah,
that drove
it
me
did,
insane
literally.
because
yeah.
it didn't have a flow to it at all for me.
No, that first one
Uh,
did.
Yeah, the first one
yeah.
did, but I picked
Excuse me.
The Acorn is Spinning, and the reason being is
Oh, you mean Fractured Mirror 3?
yeah, it has a little joke and everything about Eugene and that was a jab at Gene Simmons and the boxing and his ties with the mob and all this other stuff, and Ace's ties with the mob, and that's the only reason I picked this song.
Okay.
I didn't care for the majority of the tunes on it. I did like Dancing with Danger. I love the guitar work in that. But the acorn is spinning. So, Jim, what did you pick for me?
Dancing with the Devil.
Yep.
There's some great guitar work on this record though, but there's just, to me, there's not great songs.
Right. That's kind of
nothing that grabbed me, nothing that was really catchy, I thought.
Well, it was probably the 80s style that was going on. And like I said,
Dancing with Danger.
Right.
Or I'm sorry, Dancing with Danger.
I'll
correct it.
Every other tune being a Ace and then trading off, to me, the continuity is what ruined the
and again, like I said, to me, this on the release, of course, I don't believe I got it right away. I was going through certain things.
Yeah.
So I think I got it maybe a year or two later.
Mm-hmm.
But it's different. It's a little darker to me.
Right.
But no fractured tune. But yeah.
What did you pick for me, Jerry?
Well, the opposite of Dancing with the Devil. Fallen Angel.
Fallen Angel. Yeah.
And again, guys, usually when we have a classic, whichever one of us picks it, I hear a tune, I go, that's Jim.
Right. None of these jumped out at anybody. Yeah.
No. So this is purely speculation on my part. But yeah, it's just, it was hard. This was a hard album, and I picked it. It was hard because usually right away something will jump out. That's Jim. That's Frank. Then I'll do a re-listen. Maybe I'll switch those two around. Or in Jaime's case, I'll see how long it is. How long is that tune?
Hey, that's usually a deciding factor.
Right?
Yeah.
That's
that was one of my problems with this record too. Is like
4 and 5 minutes
to learn how to edit. Even the songs. I'm trying to think. There was one of the songs it was like not even 4 minutes. Like it was 3 minutes plus, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But it just seemed to drag. It was like, is this thing going anywhere? Or what? Can we get out of second gear? I don't know.
Yeah. Come on, power shift, do something.
So, what was your favorite song on this album, Jim?
Well, it's just Determined by Time Alone. New Kind of Lover.
Jerry must have picked that for you. See, I went with Dancing with Danger.
No.
Yep. Jerry, what'd you pick there for Jim?
Jaime, I picked let's all go.
Yeah.
So I mean, again, even though I picked it, when I'm listening, it's like, man, I shouldn't have picked this. I can't figure out which one.
No.
So
none of the songs on here specifically spoke to me about either of you.
No.
And so many times that happens where, this is you just know.
I was gonna pick The Acorn is Spinning, and on the re-listen, I go, I had no idea there was so much talk. Go pick hey Vinny, go pick this guy over here. He's guaranteed to win. Back in the day, I don't recall that much talking. I just probably heard the music and go, I like that tune. Make sure he drops in the third. I got 500. Says he's the best. Yeah. I don't want no more Bronx accents, Ace. I love you, but you're not going to be a narrator on the BBC. Just
Jim made a good point though. He nailed it. It was Fractured Mirror with
with talking.
Instead of singing. There's no singing on it.
But not near as strong a melody as the other Fractured Mirror.
All of those fractures I like.
Yeah. I like the breakdown and the riff in that song. That's all. But and his solo reminded me of something like out of Dark Light, or Off the Elder or something like that. There
were little Kiss hints all
little
the way in the guitar there.
Right.
Yeah.
Very signature Ace Frehley stuff. So.
Right.
Yeah. But not even close to the debut. Not even close. Same guys too. Same band. Same. But
like I said, I think Anton Fig. I don't think he was ever a true Kiss freak or member of Ace's band wholeheartedly.
No,
You know,
Dave
I don't
Letterman.
think he didn't tour, did he?
I wouldn't think so. I doubt
I
he
don't
did.
think so. Yeah,
But he was the drummer on Dave Letterman with Paul Schaefer for
yeah. You'd
however
have
many
to
years.
look
Right.
at Live Plus One or one of those from back
Oh,
then.
that would be a good one.
Yeah.
Yeah,
See who's
four
playing
picks or
drums.
yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Maybe he did tour with him.
Yeah.
But
I think you're pretty right though, Frank. It seems to me, Jaime, he didn't tour.
Yeah, he may
He
have played
did
a
the
show here or
studio.
there.
Yeah, he did the studio, and he might have did a show. Yeah, but I don't. Well, yeah, we can find that out. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, well,
Yep.
okay. So that's Ace Frehley's second sighting, Frehley's Comet second sighting, I should say.
Yep.
And it's fun to go back and listen to that because back
It was.
then you listened to it, you loved it.
I did.
Because it was
I was
Ace
in
Frehley,
such a
and it was
different-
part of Kiss.
Such a
and
different, and you couldn't wait for a Frehley album to come out
No.
back in those days.
I do have
So-
one thing to say.
Yeah.
I signed up for Ace's fan club that came in the insert on his first album. I didn't get dick.
Wait, now
Nothing.
the 78 solo or the Frehley's Comet
The
debut?
Frehley's Comet. They had
Okay.
Frehley, I forget what his fan club was called now. I don't
Yeah.
remember.
Yeah.
Rock Soldiers. That's what it was.
Oh,
oh, makes sense.
Yeah. And I threw
Nothing, huh?
$15 and I was supposed to get a t-shirt. I was supposed to get a photo and
and
the
nothing
certificate.
ever.
How'd they do all
Never-
that for $15?
15 back then.
Well,
a t-shirt
That's why I
cost
didn't get
$2.
anything.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah, Ace sniffed up my $15 worth and he didn't send anything to me.
Went
Yeah,
right
I
up Ace's nose.
Yep, it sure
Yeah.
did.
Everything up his nose it goes.
Going down to the third. So, all right, moving forward, I've got I think this is kind of a one-man band type situation, but not really. It's called Skadavers, Skadavers. And we're talking about Blake Runyon of the Scuba Kids. He did this side project. He is a RN in an ICU, and he wrote an EP. And the song I'm going to play for you is called "This Is Hell." And that song is kind of about him working in the ER or influenced working in the ER during the pandemic. And
Oh wow!
gives you a
Wow.
that's where it was thought up of anyways. The EP is called That's Life, Idiot. And everything's played by Blake Runyon except for the trumpet, which is Nick Bortolin, I believe is his name. Like I say, the main band is the Scuba Kids, and it's another ska outfit out of Los Angeles. So I thought I'd play this for you because it's a little different from what I normally give you guys. But here is Skadavers with "This Is Hell." Let's go. right, there's Skadavers. This is hell, just about 2 minutes long. Figure that would get Jim's fancy just a little bit.
Yeah, his blood's pumping. He's ready to, yeah.
What are your thoughts on that, Jim?
Well, I love ska. So
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
And
and just goes to prove not every ska song needs a big breakdown. God, I love the bass in this.
Mhm.
Yes.
Fantastic.
Yes.
A lot is cool. And fact that it was only 2 minutes was kind of a bonus. I don't know if she'd add any more to what they did there.
Right.
No.
Great production, liked it. I'll listen to it more.
Cool.
Yeah.
Jerry, what about you?
Same as Jaime. Bass line is ripping. You can hear every instrument. Love the horns. Is it me or did I hear a little double bass drum action towards the end there?
You
Maybe.
might have.
Yeah, that kind of threw me for a ska.
Didn't notice
But
that.
yeah, it's bass line is just fat and heavy, Jaime. I love that. But yeah, very, very good. And like Jaime says, I normally don't have a time limit on my tunes. Like something like this, Jaime, the Skadavers, I'd like do another 40 seconds.
Just
Maybe
more, huh?
maybe repeat the first. Yeah, just even if you repeat the same thing.
Right.
But I like that a lot, Frank. I
It
like
was
that a
too
lot.
soon for you then.
Well, yeah, I'm waiting for a little more, but then
Yeah.
yeah.
All right.
But yeah, well done. Yes,
And-
Skadavers.
It's worth
Like it.
repeating that Blake's main band, Scuba Kids, EP will be out soon. It's called Worst Year. And like I said, there's so many bands putting stuff out about the pandemic and things they wrote during the pandemic. And we talked about that episodes before. It's still lingering, folks, because
Yes,
you notice
it's going to take a while to get that taste. It's going to take a while to get that taste out of our mouth. Yeah.
So check out Skadavers. You can find their music on Bandcamp. And it'll also lead you to the Scuba Kids, and it's more fun ska music for you. So there you go. All right, last episode we had a riff that sounded slightly familiar but not quite, and nobody really put any comments that they knew what it was. A couple people
Because nobody
said,
does. They're not layups, Frank.
this is
Nobody
such a layup.
knows them.
Let's see. That's got to sound familiar, right?
Yep.
That
I
is
can't.
We Need a Lover Tonight from Motley Crue off of the Theater of Pain album.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow. That's
Yeah.
probably the only one album I had of theirs. Dang.
Okay. Now, Jerry, hold on to your hat because
Yeah.
I want you right now, Jerry, to look at Jim as this next riff goes. Keep your eye on Jim. Okay. And to my surprise, I'm not seeing the light bulb go off. He's got to know what it is.
It kind of did. The switch was flicked,
Yeah.
but it was like burnt out. You could tell he kind of like, yeah, but that's like me on every show, Frank. Oh, I know that. Yeah, I like that. Who is it? I don't know.
The problem is I'm old now. So it's like there's
Well,
like
so
so
are
many
we.
riffs in there.
Yeah.
The problem with this artist is most of the songs start off with drum beats. So it was hard to find just a guitar, in a song that would have some type of rhythm to it for you to guess by. So anyways, that is the riff. You'd have to go back and watch the episode over and over and over to listen to it and let us know what you think. Name that riff, will you? Please? Somebody
name it.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's move on. And Jim, you're going to close out tonight with a band or an artist. What do you got?
An artist, yeah. And I'm a little proud of myself right now.
I know what you're
Like
going to
this,
say.
this is what I'm going to say. Tonight's band artist is Chris Church, who we featured back on episode 81 with his song Going Downtown. Jerry, this guy's right up your alley. He does it all. Writes it all,
love it.
plays it all, does the whole thing. He's got a brand new album coming out on March 24th. This is not the first single, but one of their featured songs called I Don't Want to Dance With Me by Chris Church. So stick the needle in the groove there, Frank.
Before I drop it, I have to let you know, Jerry, this is the longest song of the night. 5 minutes.
And Jaime picked it?
Yes.
Yeah,
What the H?
Here we
I
go.
know.
Every time I make it to the floor, you strike a juxtapose. You're in the corner with your two fast friends, worried about each other's clothes. I just wanna feel alive and move, and I want you to come along. And then you pop and knock me out again on the first beat drop of my favorite, 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 favorite. What's wrong? What's wrong? I just wanna dance, I just don't wanna dance. I don't wanna dance with me. I just wanna dance, just don't wanna dance. I don't wanna dance with you. I just wanna dance, just don't wanna dance. I don't wanna dance with you. Don't dance, don't just dance, don't just dance. I wanna lose myself inside the groove. It's right where I wanna find you. And if you've forgotten how to bust a move, I swear I'll be right there to remind you. So sit with it, dip, go slide the whip, let me flip. Wanna be the one you're assigned to. Come on. What's wrong? I just wanna dance, just don't wanna dance. I don't wanna dance with you. I just wanna dance, just don't wanna dance. I don't wanna dance with you. I just wanna dance,
Well, there's Chris Church within a Gata DeVito. And no, I like that, but man, it was a
Fresh.
minute and a
That
half
was beautiful.
too long for me. But good, clean song.
No, very clean.
That's about as in a Gata DeVita as I get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It hits the
Wow.
5-minute mark.
Yeah, that was right at 5 minutes at
My
4:59.
gosh. Hi,
Yeah,
man.
for
What
Jim.
happened?
Well, it
Well,
tells
for
you-
that freshness, yeah, I'd listen to that.
that's it. A song that has to be that good for Jim to pick it if it's going to be that long.
Oh, yeah, you know that.
and you heard that bass line all the way through, and
Oh,
like, yeah,
jangly, fresh guitar, great rhythm. Oh, my gosh. Well done, huh, man?
now I have to go back to episode 81 because you
Same here.
you
Got to
were
find my
alluding
notepad.
to-
Yep.
didn't sound like this style of music, or
This is different than this one. I
Yeah.
mean, he's kind of a guy who changes it up every time around, right?
very nice.
Yeah.
Keep
Well
it
done.
fresh.
That was very fresh.
Good deal.
So Chris Church new album is called Radio Transit, from our friends over at Big Stir, drops March 24th. So we're a little ahead of the curve here, but that's all
Very
right.
nice.
Nice.
So it's only a
Yeah.
couple episodes for us.
Right.
Yeah, pretty much. Yep.
Very good. That's from Big Stir. They're so good to us.
Yeah.
They are.
Yeah.
Rex and Christina over there.
Yep.
Yeah. Thank you, Rex and Christine. Yeah.
All right. Episode 108, the classic pick will be Jim's. Well, what have you got
Jim's.
for us?
I was inspired by your Michael Schenker pick. So
Little UFO. Wasted. I saw that yesterday and I almost sent you a picture of it to see if you had it. It was like $3.
save your prayers.
Yes.
This is not their debut. This is their third, I believe their third outing.
Right.
Paul Chapman on guitar. Paul
Yep.
Chapman on guitar.
Not excited.
Fresh out of UFO himself, right? And so
Got Pete Way, Paul Chapman. Who else is on there?
I don't know. The band had changed up.
Yeah. Who's
by
doing the
this
singing on this
record.
one?
So let's see if I can see. Pete Way, bass guitar, Paul Chapman, lead guitar, John Didadoro on drums, and Danny Vaughn on vocals.
Danny Vaughn. Very interesting.
One of
Alright.
my favorite records. Just some solid writing. It's a little UFO-esque, I will say.
That's
That's to be expected, I think.
Right.
yeah.
Anyways, okay,
Yeah.
so Wasted
With the
Yeah.
Y.
with with a Y. We'll check that out, and that will be our classic album for episode 108.
8.
Wow. All right. Okay, Jerry, before we go, do you have anything you'd like to add?
Yes, I do, folks. If you want to contact us, an email, hit us up at the jfjshow@gmail.com. We've got Skadaver, Ben Stewart, Chris Church, Bandcamp, Big Star Records. It's out there, folks. Yeah, keep rocking. Keep rocking,
Cool.
folks, out in Conspiracy Land. We thank you for the support very much. And I love these two guys.
Well, I really don't have anything. I usually blow my steam off at the beginning of the show and then let you guys have it at towards
Yeah,
the
but you were
end.
blowing a little steam up during the show. Something happened?
No.
Not verbally. You were kind of blowing some steam up.
That was mid-song. I couldn't help that.
Yeah.
That was a greasy burger.
That was.
That's your blooper reel right there. Oh.
Ooh. You okay, brother?
My. Tell you what, as you get older, those things don't stay down like they used to.
Like
no,
they
they
do.
don't.
Nope.
No, they don't.
Yep.
Don't even get me anywhere near an onion.
Oh Lord.
Woo!
Yep. All right, Jim. What about you? What have you got
Well,
for us?
if you made it this far,
Yeah.
if you heard anything you like, smash that like button, subscribe, ring that notification bell. We'll slide into your DMs every 2 weeks or thereabouts. Nice and smooth. You don't want to miss out.
No.
Come
No.
on. This is a good time.
At
Yeah, don't
gmail.com.
just
Yep.
look, don't just gripe at us. Tell us
No.
what we're doing wrong.
Constructive criticism. Get off my
Mr.
lawn.
Bust Insider.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dixon. Like
Both
Angie.
of them. Both of
Yeah.
them.
Both of them
Probably, it's the same dude in a basement somewhere. You know that.
at mom's house. Yeah.
Yeah. Mom, I want another grilled cheese.
Yeah. All right, Jim. Why don't you take us on home?
The shop is closed. '81.
81.
Oh, excuse me. Oh, funny. Hurts.